What's going on, man? Welcome to Muhlarkey with Markie. Here with Marcus Howard, man. You know what I'm saying? Real impactful guy out here in Evansville. Want to thank you for gracing our presence here at Muhlarkey with Markie, man.
I swear.
Yeah, go ahead and shout yourself out as far as, Twitter and stuff like that.
Okay. I've got all the social media platforms too, just like y'all do. You can rock out with me on Instagram a lot. That's where I'm mostly trying to release content, videos, blah 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 blah. And my Instagram is mstub5, mstubb5. I've got Facebook, my actual name, Marcus Howard. You can hit me up on there. Twitter is mstub5 also, and Snapchat is Marco Howard. So get at me, but that doesn't mean you retreat in the shit and act like you can't get no help. Act like there aren't services out there that are available to you, and act like since you got a white therapist that he ain't gonna be able to connect with you. It's not about that. It's just communicating in general. And one thing I put to the side was that this person is white and I'm black and he judging me because I'm a nigga. No, I put that to the side, and that let me be like, outdo them. Not to say I was trying to, but it just let me like maximally develop, bro.
In most cases, in the world, professional world, wherever it may be, folks gotta learn to put that at the bottom of the totem pole, because nobody really thinking about that first except you.
No, they're not.
It's just like everything else, you know what I'm saying? If you do a crime, do it by yourself. But it's also on the same tip, like,
Yeah, because I know how to do a crime. I still do.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Crimes are if that lifestyle you live, like certain times, because I used to shoot, like I said, I used to shoot up drugs, bro, like heroin. Nothing, no plaything, like no plaything. I shouldn't have came out of that.
Before we dive in on that, I want to go back up real quick to the fact of, now this would be, in my own opinion, I'm thinking this would be the first generation of black men to be conscious enough about their mental health to get talked about. Yeah. Because our fathers nor their fathers, it was always a strong mind, a strong will.
That's the intergenerational fucking trauma. That's the PTSD that I'm talking about. Post-traumatic slavery disorder. It comes from just, like you just said, your father that didn't act that way.
But serious? It is still though. Would you say it comes from a just man? But as a whole family background, because most times you hear the man as a strong dominant force, where you hear the mother is a loving, nurturing, caring force.
So yeah, it comes.
And most,
yes,
I wouldn't say most. I would say maybe be less than half. About a quarter of black males have problems with their mother, and it's a long-standing issue. And I think it affects them mentally throughout their entire life.
And that is definitely impacting their lives. And at the same time, what we need to start understanding, I'm not trying to force it on people, what we need to know is that, that can't be changed though. Like your relationship with them. Yeah. Like your mom, it's crazy.
Yeah, and
it can't be changed.
I think for so long, people or males, it's not pride, but it's something inside of us that doesn't want to forgive ourselves.
And it's just not knowing how, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have no tools to be telling you how to actually respond to your anxiety arising. You don't have the tools to tell you how to respond to when anger is conjuring up. Motherfuckers don't have the tools to stop it before reacting. They don't. Yeah. And when you get those tools, it's like, bro, you feel like a Superman, like low key.
But do you also know, it's like everything else, do you know how much training goes into training your core thought and your anxiety and your heart rate? When you really want to act like that, and then you be like, whew. Yeah. Because it's anger, 100%. But it's also it's a reflection. It's an emotion. Everybody reacts off motion, but to train yourself to not react off motion is very hard.
I can tell you that. I can tell you a whole story about that. That's very hard. It's hard to this date. There ain't no off days if you really working on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People be saying that they working on things, but how? If it's still remaining the same or whatever. When you are working on your cognitive structure, as in your fucking psyche, your mind, for real,
psychoanalysis yourself.
My point, when you are really working on that, bro, you dismantle yourself. As in, you break down from observing yourself because you see how much of a piece of shit you are.
But it's okay to trend the mental fat.
Yeah.
You gotta trend the mental fat. As long as you know you're doing the trimming of your own.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always, it's constructive criticism. If a lot of people play sports, and if whoever plays sports know your coach didn't talk to you like your mom talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? After the fact, you'd be like,
crazy.
something's really wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
And then he'd come up the next day and give you a big hug and be like, it's constructive criticism. I'm on you, but I'm not on you. I just want you to feel me.
But as you said that's not taken well. Constructive criticism. And that's one thing I didn't take well, like, at first. But that's so funny that you said it, because that's one thing that I focused on, like, extremely. Because it's like, yo, like, too many motherfuckers be talking shit.
True.
And opinions, they'll stop you, bro. Like, they're like, opinions are like traffic. Like, you know, you got opinion that way, you can't go right. You got
opinion is a spike trip. It's a spike trip. Spike trip.
Like I did this video with BG, I had, like, you know, wanted to kind of make that known, like, bro, like, a lot of us, when I got home, you know, I noticed a lot of us were suffering, bro, like, on the low. Like, and to know that, and then to want to be someone that, like, takes that on as a mission, that made me feel like I was taking on too much, but I wasn't, because if I suffered at one point and I'm not anymore, and I see you suffering, it's not a lot to tell you how to not suffer. It don't take a lot out of you. You just think it will. You don't want to help. You don't want to help nobody because you're like, you ain't helped yourself yet. But when you help yourself, like, helping somebody else is like nothing. It's like you can do it in a heartbeat, and they will really they'll really
resuscitate.
Yeah,
that,
like,
gravitate to you for that.
But you gotta help yourself first.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You said it earlier. Like, are you really gonna work on yourself? Like, and not play the victim? Because there are things that have happened to me. Like, when I used to go to jail every fucking time, I used to be like, man, I'm gonna blame this on my mom. You know, can't do that. Like, you just gotta.
Everybody's a victim, but you're only a victim of your own scrutiny.
Right. Yeah.
When it boils down like that.
Wow, yeah.
You know,
everybody's a victim.
Yeah, of their own scrutiny, because it's only you. It's your alternative self talking to your you.
But you already know. It sounds like you work on that.
Yeah,
it's big time. No,
it's a big thing,
fact,
you know, because it was always you have to have a strong mind in order to go out anything, especially here in Indiana, Southern Indiana. When you go out here, you have to have a strong mind.
Wow.
Because everybody can't go out here and facilitate.
No.
It's not easy.
It's consistent. Your mind is pure. Like, that's funny because the day I started working on my mind is I didn't just work on my mind and my emotions. People think I like started studying emotions. No, I got into Buddhism. Like, I'm a Buddhist.
Right.
Yeah, so I started practicing Buddhism.
Yeah.
Like, real deal practicing it, becoming like a fucking monk type shit.
Yeah.
Like, working on my morals and, like, real deal, like, reading and meditating for an hour a day.
Yeah, self-love and self-meditation.
Meditation is going to get you together.
Yeah. You'd be surprised what 5 minutes of meditation to do.
I'm a professional meditator, a mindfulness-based one. And, bro, like, that shit is the reason why I'm the way I am today. It ain't even because it's because of that. Like, mindfulness is why I am Marcus in this body, in this figure, in this everything right now. The way I'm dressed is mindfulness, like, everything. And it's wild that I had to go through, you know, put myself through things to take something and use it. Yeah, you gotta
go over the hurdles. You might even have to stumble over them.
A lot of us don't though, so it's because you gotta grab something, and it's oftentimes like, motherfucker, you ain't got no faith. You ain't got no higher power. You're dead meat, honestly, and that's just being honest. Right.
So with that being said, how do you think you have influenced people with your work?
I try, you know. I knew I was influencing some people because, you know, one day I got a call from a patient's mom, and, you know, she was like, Marcus, my son, he's like, he's really changing ever since I started seeing you. He's really not the same guy he was 2 months ago. and she was crying on the phone, and I was just like, you know, I didn't have to step back, so I was like, yeah, we put in some work. That's what I wanted to say to her, because I said we put in some fucking work. But, you know, I had to be professional. I was like, you know, great. Yeah, he's doing great here too, you know. But when someone tells you that they are changing because of you, that's when you know you're impacting. Not because, you know, you doing 3 sessions a day with, you know, you're making money and this and that. No, it's because somebody's letting you know, like, hey, my life is different, and it's because of what you're giving me. Like that's one thing I try to, you know, keep in my mindset. Like, you know, like you are helping. You don't have to help everybody. You know, you helping 1 out of 10. That's all that matters to me. You know, big time. That's a big
only
factor.
because you can't help everybody.
You can't help. Yeah, you
know
can't. Yeah,
1 out of 10 is great.
I'm not the normal counselor or clinician, or however you want to put it. I'm not the normal one. I'm black and you know, I'm from the fucking hood.
So with that with what you just said, how many black are in this area or tri-state region that you know of?
Definitely, I know all of them, and it's not even. I'm the only male, African American male right now, which is weird. I hate it because the other African American women, I don't work with them or never have, but you know, I noticed one thing that they depend on me. The African American women counselors, they're like they depend on me because I'm the only male. So, you know, I'll get a message that'll say, hey, someone's looking for an African American black male that can come to a lecture here at, you know, Ivy Tech about mental illness from your perspective, and I would do it, but they want a male. So, you know, knowing that there aren't many options that Evansville has to choose from when they want to focus on a certain thing, it blows my mind. Because it's like, bro, I know so many people that can be doing this.
I mean, but you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
at the same token, do you feel gratification and pressure with being that? Because it's like anything else. You're the first male at the door. Or maybe not the first, but you're the male at the door right now. Trying to kick it down. And the pressure's definitely on your shoulders.
Yeah, and honestly, it's even, I don't know if I said it earlier, but I just stepped back from working in the office.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, and not because of mine, but it's just a lot of things going on. And one thing I'm knowing that is there aren't going to be any other black people doing it, and that's fucking with me a little bit, because it ain't easy to be the only black male, but it ain't hard either. You know, you representing, you know, for your community, for your kind, for your race, and for motherfuckers to go through what you done been through, and people who think that if they go to prison that they can't really come out of that motherfucker like with 10 heads on it, you know, like to go fucking farther than they ever went. Like, people don't be. That's how it is, and I think that
just I would say after all that, people just make better use of your time. No matter what it is, like how I think about things, and it might be cheesy, it might be a little messed up to say some of my things, you know.
It's like though,
but we have to take the positives out of the negative. You know what I'm saying?
Which is hard, man, because a lot of people don't, you know. If I say, Markie, I need you to think positive about everything going on in your life today, and start today. And you know, prior, you done spent 100 days thinking about negative shit. It's going to be hard because of all that depressive mindset that you've been in. You're not going to know how to. What do you mean think positive?
Yeah, you're so a lot of
people are like, fuck, I ain't got time for that. You know, it's kind of corny to people to try to do that. So that's why I said people aren't really taking the time because they think it's corny to like, let me focus on my breathing real quick so I can calm down before I fuck him up. You know? It's like, calm down.
It's the reason why. It's the reason why they came out with these watches with your heart rate and sleep. So people indicate like, my heart rate going up, like, hey, let me calm down. Fast because, you know, and I know what's about to happen.
So that lets you know that everything's so fucking connected.
Yeah.
It's all the same, so.
And it's just things you gotta think about because everybody loves Marvel, and then you see, you know, and you be like,
and then you're
what's going on with him? And be like, well, he's having the same problem you have, and you hulking out. He has to meditate. He has to monitor his heart rate.
I have never thought about that,
to be
bro.
cool and calm.
Wow.
And then when he hawks out, he hawks out to a whole
bro,
other person.
you gotta be bugging because I ain't never thought about that. That's like a.
You just gotta sit down and just watch stuff through different lenses.
I can use that.
It'd be like that. The next question I really want to ask you, man, this is huge too, especially for you.
Yeah.
So you got the E for Everyone award. You received an award last year. Yeah. How did receiving that award change your life and your dedication to your craft? You know, the Most Impact Project Award, Evansville Leadership, E for Everyone. How did that?
Well, honestly, like, I didn't even know, like, that shit was even a thing. Yeah. Like, that was literally my first year, like going hard. Like, that whole year, dude, I got 3 fucking awards, and that was just one of them, and that I didn't even know I was, like, getting or anything. It just happened. And I knew that the work I was putting in was 100% effort, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I was putting in effort. Like, I coordinated everything that went down as far as for that award I got. And with that said, that's why the results were get that nigga that award. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that full effort and determination, and it's like all across the board, from the video I made, from the panelists that I had speaking. It was like. So it was,
now
it was articulate.
Walk us through this as people who don't know.
So
what did you set up in the result before receiving that award?
So basically, Evansville, there was this thing called Ayo. It was a project that actually had to do with like the community, all the rappers here, all the artists here, and it was stemming from this place called PG. You ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
Well, it used to be like a little, like a little bar / club where if you were a rapper, you'd go perform at. It was just one of those spots where people were just like vibing at. But at the same time, they weren't getting any attention. So, a guy who, I think she was the president of the library. She's not, her name was Cindy. Bless Cindy, she's great. Man, she's not here anymore. She just left like last year or so. But she wanted someone to put together a project that would kind of express like what it's like to be in a city to where you're not getting no attention, and to let the city know that you need attention because we are human too, and we got shit to offer the city too. Even though we black and we like smoking weed and rap, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean that we don't know what we doing.
We're still human,
right? So they needed somebody to put together a project to where they can express that and make it look fucking like good and professional. And some guy named Charles reached out to me that was that lady's like assistant or whatever, and he reached out to me and he was like, hey man, you know a lot of people, and I see you got a lot of things going on, so how about you help me out? We'll put this together. And I was like, all right, I'll think about it. And then the next day I said, let's get it, and he said, okay, you take it over. Bro, I literally put together the panel. I got like all the entrepreneurs that are in Evansville that at the time I was seeing. So, for example, I had like Courtney Johnson with Young and Establishment. I hit him up. I hit up this girl named Mo's House, Martini Bar. She runs that, Ho Henny's Corner. She's our age, millennial entrepreneur. I hit her up. Then I hit this other lady up who's an entrepreneur from, she's from like New Jersey, but she lives here now, and she does like holistic massage shit. Okay. She has her own business, it's called Revive on Franklin. Hit her up. She's dope too. And I was on the panel, and what we did was I really coordinated the whole thing. I put it together. I reached out. I did everything. I even made the video. And the fact that I did all that, one person did all that, and also it was impactful. Like the event, the panel, like people were there. Like it was crazy. That was like they just nominated it. They were like, "Yo, put that on the list," and I ended up winning it out of fucking like there were probably like 30 people in the guy like could have beat me, but they just didn't because they were like, "This shit is like raw," and I know a lot of people have been doing like video work and shit for longer than me, but I just got a different style. Like my shit is it's inner, it ain't outer. Like you look at my shit, you gonna think a little bit.
So what's going on, man? The next question I want to ask you is about your podcast you have about traumatic slavery syndrome. How is that? Because that name in itself, if you know, if you really with it consciously, oh, okay, he's on to something, so I gotta click it instantly.
I mean, PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress syndrome originally. You know what I mean? But there's a lot more to it. And I have been studying some mental health crap at my office for like 2 months. And then out of nowhere, this lady named Dr. DeGru, black lady, popped up on something I was doing.
Shout out to that lady.
Shout out to Dr. DeGru, because that bitch is raw, like on the low. She is the one who actually kind of like initiated to create this thing called post-traumatic slavery syndrome. And it's not in the Bible of psychotherapeutic yet. It's not in the DSM-5 yet, which is like the category to where disorder is in.
It's the end all be all.
Yeah, it's not in it yet, but it's about to be because of her. Okay. And I ran with it because I think we all got it. Like, we got it. Acknowledge this shit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you do. And a lot of times, it's uncomfortable, though. You know, to white Caucasian people to be like, yo, let's talk about this shit right now.
Very uncomfortable.
So, to make it comfortable is my goal, you know what I'm saying? And using my own platform that I already had at first, and then also having the background, the mental health background and certification, it's like, yeah, let's put this shit out there. But what I do for mine specifically is talk about things like, our upbringings and how it feels to be in a city that's full of Caucasians. And
most definitely.
Yeah.
And like we spoke on earlier.
Yeah.
You got to have a constant different mindset
100%,
when you go out here into this workforce because, hopefully growing up, you adapted to it well.
Right.
But if you might not have went to the right school, it might be an unconscious thing like, I've been seeing black people until I was 20. Like
100%.
You've seen white folks. It's cool. It ain't no problem. But you haven't seen them enough to be like, I really don't.
You really ain't connected with them.
Yeah,
you know
I can't get the judge of them, but how it always was for me. I've seen white folks everywhere. They're everywhere. It's cool, bro. It's not a problem. We're all humans, bro. We here first. We humans first anyway. None of that matters. None of that matters.
First.
But after y'all wrote y'all books and whatever happened, now it has to matter.
Somebody got to do it regardless. And I think most importantly though is a lot of shit we see anyway. We shouldn't be seeing it. So I think me putting that type. I think if you can scroll down your timeline and see with that, I'd rather you get that than what you're getting. Right. Any other day, you should want to be conscious. Yeah. You should want to be, cause nigga, this shit going on out here. You should want to know how to respond to that stress. Yeah. A lot of us don't know how to. That's why we retreat and fuck up, But I think that's the goal, man. It's just a.
Because I've always felt that way too. Like there's nothing wrong with me. My kids are mixed. Like I've always said, man. Yo, bro. They 3/4 black, but they mixed, bro.
But they gonna feel that heat.
You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to know. Like I tell my kids. Just because they not like you don't mean they weird, bro.
They're gonna feel it though. Like I have a daughter too. I have two actually, and I was talking to my girl. I was like, cause she's white and her family they don't like me. They're racist, right?
It goes. Yeah.
So
that was middle school.
Right. In my eyes,
I got breaking with you because you black.
In my eyes, it's like our daughter's black though, and if they don't like me, they're not gonna like her later when she starts looking like me, when she starts acting like a black person. So, I'm trying to protect that because that's bound to happen, and it's gonna come down to where, someone's mental health is gonna fucking bust. Like that's how it happens. People be acting like, oh, it's okay, you can get over it. No, when you get poked at, like this is how mental illnesses happen. So, picture like a balloon, and a blue balloon is blowing. So that's your mental health being poked at every time someone's like, oh, fuck that nigga, or like he ain't got shit. That's a poke, and that's a poke. And then what happens is it pops, and then you bust out doing this. We don't know what it's gonna be. It might be addiction. It might be depression. You bust out. You pop. And if us being African American, we get that all day. Like pokes. Like you already feel less of a person when you're around a white person already anyway. It's just nature. You just feel like that because of what we what you know.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because of what you read and what you learned.
Right. And you bound to pop if you don't get that under control, bro.
And you got to say the right words because it will be misinterpreted.
Yeah, bro.
Not like it might be. It will be.
There's no way around it.
It ain't
like, right though? Facts. Like it's big facts, bro. And I think that's the goal, bro. Is just to know how to respond in any fucking moment.
Yeah, and that's more or less the focus on this traumatic slavery syndrome podcast because that's what we want to get out here to people to know how to not run away, but how to step up to things like that to know, and it's your own mental affliction. You know, you gotta step out your own mental box.
Because bottom line, bro, it's what you end up doing is you end up becoming a better person than you were the day before, like every time. Like every time, when you're able to handle some shit. You don't know it because you expecting like you to change a lot in a short amount of time, but no, it's one day at a time.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll wake up like, damn, how I come to this? You know, it's
a constant growth,
and
it's a constant mirror to things in reality such as nature. If you watch nature, I'm an artist. I love photography, so I like to watch nature. It can be nobody.
You in tune.
But I can see things like that. And I can see the things talking. It's more or less when we see things like that, it's like, I've been growing. Bro, when you planted that seed, it was half the size of your fingernail. Now you see
a mustard seed. Now
you see it got the whole front of your house.
Right. It's foundation now. It's a part of your life. Like, you're supposed to go through something.
But you know, when we go through that, I also want to say in Latin, manure goes with it, so the shit come with it.
Okay.
You gotta have the manure to have the good stuff grow. It comes with it.
What they say is, it's kind of crazy because what they say is, if when you're trying to become like, say bro over here just said, I want to be like enlightened, like I want to be woke.
Yeah. They
say to be woke, you gotta go through something.
You gotta be sleep first.
Yeah.
You gotta be sleep first.
You can't say you want to be like enlightened if you're not willing to go through that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be willing to go back to sleep.
Yeah, you gotta like know what it takes to go through it, and that's how you give to somebody else, basically. You know, like you can't just say, I've been different. I stopped smoking. It's like, did you stop? What else you stop? You know, like it's
Did
crazy.
you stop smoking, but was smoking really an aspect of it, or was it the four things in front of it?
What caused you to start smoking?
You're still cool smoking, but it's the things that cause you to start smoking. And it's also, as a black male, the things that we have to endure as far as putting up with our families, it's a constant state of struggle. Because most of the black males, to be 100 with y'all, our family is predominantly full of females. We have nothing but matriarchs, and they're matriarch females. And God bless all our aunties, because our aunties put us on game, showed us things they didn't have us, told us things about our folks that was real and was not real.
You talking that good shit though, ain't it?
That's the stuff that we need to, as black males, be more appreciative to.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. That's hard though, you know, because I think a lot of us. I'm gonna speak for myself though, but I know when I was in and out of jail and shit, you know, I went to the joint, you know, I started realizing that I should have listened to my mom's words a little bit more, and that means I should have just fucking listened in general.
Mama ain't never wrong,
and none of it would have happened.
Yeah,
because they never wrong
about friends,
and it's wild, bro. You don't realize that till they're not like gonna just tell you no shit like, hey boy, stop doing that. It's like, no, stop doing that because it's gonna happen if you don't calm down.
Everybody that has no interest in you has the best interest for you, and I think that's what folks need to realize. That's what folks. Let that shit. Think about that in the shower. It's gonna come to you completely
mindfulness right there.
Because it's just something you see.
Damn.
Now here's the next question I want to get on after all of that. Who influenced you the most, man, to get into this field? Because this is crazy, and it's a double field. It's a double, and it's two totally different worlds.
Right. Like I said, I started practicing Buddhism. I started meditating and shit, right? But the guy who influenced me to do that is the guy who influenced this wholesome everything, and he's my mentor to this day. But you know, it was like my third day in treatment. I'm gonna just be real. it was my third day or third week in treatment at the facility I was in for 16 months. And he came in there, bro, and like I watched him walk in the door. He's a white man, but he was glowing, like on the low, like glowing, like radiant. Like I could tell he's about to tell us something that I was gonna want to hear. And keep in mind, 2 days in the treatments, you're not ready to change your life at all. You're like, well, why the fuck am I in here? I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna do this and that's all I'm gonna do. Get out of here. You're not really like, let's do this so I don't come back. You're not thinking like that unless you're like, you know that you in a position to where nigga you gonna lose it all,
yeah,
or you want to try to get it back. Which one you want to do?
Yeah.
And when we're put in those positions, I think we don't know how to respond to them. So in that moment, I had just got the phone with my mom because I was tripping with her on the phone. I was like, ain't nobody talking to me, my girlfriend there, she broke it. You thinking about shit that don't fucking matter for real. So when he came in there, I happened to be sad and shit, and sitting in the chair in the lobby, and he came in. I just went in there and just sat down, and everything he said, bro, it resonated with what I was dealing with. And then with that said, the reason why I was so influenced by him was because he had told his story of how he dealt with it and overcame it all. And when he said that I'm a multi-millionaire now, and that influenced me because he was poor in the street. He has a needle stuck in his dick for trying to shoot up drugs when he was down bad. He lost his kids, lost everything, and then he got to practicing Buddhism and changed his whole life. And now he's a multi-millionaire, has a fucking children's hospital in Louisville. Like, how does somebody do that in a matter of like 5 years? You were just in a joint 5 years ago. Now you're doing this, so that told me that anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Like, anybody can get it. And that's the courage that people need to fucking adopt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, patience, perseverance, and courage, man.
It's like, man, hold on. Bruh did it. Let's get it. It's not like bruh did it. Oh, fuck him.
Yeah.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how we
that's
think.
The mentality.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
Yeah. It's like bruh did it. Yeah.
That's also touching back on that post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Point being.
I've always had that hashtag amongst my friends too.
Really?
Because I'm used to be Markie X, but then I had to open my eyes and read, man. Even though the story was written like that, we still humans, and there's some aspects of humanality left in everybody, and we got to see people for their true color.
That's wild because you got to be in tune to even want to say what you said. Basically,
yeah,
right?
You know what
I'm saying? It's like
Muhlarkey, I don't care because
right.
I know this ain't fictional. It's not make believe. This is not sci-fi. This is facts.
Big ones though.
You can go look it up if you want me to source it. I'm good with all of that.
True, man.
The main thing of the game is seeing people like you impact a community this, and with you're outnumbered. You're outnumbered.
Which is the funniest part, but I think that's the task.
Though. And then and then reaching, and then knowing that a man like this influenced you.
Right.
And when you see that, man, Buddy down bad. Buddy said, "God, what stuck in his what?"
Yeah. Right.
Buddy down bad.
Yes. Yeah. Right. But seriously.
But then you go
for real.
You got from
He down bad, bro.
Hey,
fuck with him.
I got that stuff. But hear what you said.
Yeah.
Buddy down bad.
Yeah, bro.
But Buddy came in the room radiant with an aura like, bro,
crazy.
You got something to tell me,
bro.
Come to find out, he got a little bit more than you want to know,
bro.
Everything you need to know.
Yeah.
You go from that to having this hospital, bro. You can't do nothing but, hey.
It shouldn't do nothing but make you say, okay, I can do that too. And when I got home, like I hit the ground running, bro. And like within a year time period, not even a year, it was like 8 months. I got home. I had already got an award. I started with nothing. For real, like I had nothing, no car, I was living at my brother's crib, bro, on his floor, because like that's how my life was before I left.
Right.
And when I got back, dog, it was just like, dog, my energy was crazy. People couldn't even keep up. Not to just say that, but that's just how it was, And Facts.
Right.
Honestly.
Now we want to go with one of the biggest questions in the world.
Okay.
You know I'm talking about. I'm gonna drop it easy on you.
All right, no.
You know what I'm saying? Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie, bro. I don't. It's Biggie, bro, all day. But that's because Biggie. I think Biggie. His language is different. He has language, like he don't just be talking. And I like Tupac. He's got poems and poetry, but I like Biggie's language, bro. Like I like it. It's crazy. I never had any type of feeling towards Tupac ever. I don't know why, but it's just what it was. My family, I got my brothers, they like Tupac, but I grew up I rocked out with Biggie because it's just his swag's different.
To me, I mess with both of them. I'm more with Biggie because he's a lyricist, but
his swag's different, man.
Go back to hearing both of them. Both of them are storytellers, but one's a story you tell your kids during the day. One's a bedtime story you tell your kids to get them to go to sleep quick.
Right.
Now Tupac will drop that. Oh, it sound all happy. Now when you see the video, he didn't paint
so those things like that, you know, yeah.
And then when you hear a Biggie and you hear him do it,
he's different, man.
And you see him drop the video. It's like, oh, he took it there.
I think when I saw the movie, it just confirmed why.
I love biopics, documentaries, more anything based off true events.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker to hit play.
You like Steve Jobs?
Yeah, I like Steve Jobs.
That's my role model right there.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's my role model, bro.
I mess with him and his visionary of how he went about business.
That's why he's my role model.
Yeah, of how he went about business.
Just how he handled it. That's different. Yeah, he had this slogan. His slogan was think different, and that's all it meant is to think outside the box. Stop boxing your ass in. If you got a job and like you working at McDonald's or something, and you want to be on the fucking grill, but they got you on the register, don't let that be your last time trying to ask for to be on the grill.
Man.
Keep fucking asking to be on the grill.
And I'm happy.
They will put you on the grill.
I'm happy you took it to simple terms.
Right. They will put you on the fucking grill.
As simple as that. No matter where you at.
Just think different. Stop saying, okay, I'll do that. You know. Think outside the box, bro.
Stop saying all I want to do is work the grill.
Yeah.
It might be the cash register for the night, big fella.
Yeah.
Grill again. It might be like that.
That's just metaphorically speaking, though, bro. It's like that. For real.
Now, the next question I want to get into: what's the state of mental health and addiction in 2020 in general?
Well, now, so mental health is this, and addiction is that. But together, they're called behavioral health. Nobody knows that really. That's not practicing.
Behavioral health science.
Yeah, it's called behavioral health. Yeah. Behavioral health means mental health and addiction put together. So behavioral health is and the mindset of that is definitely growing. Like, hold on, I'm gonna tell you guys some facts. In the past 30 days, we've had 12 babies be born to addiction, 8 fatal at the hospital on the fucking east side.
In Evansville.
Yeah, this is last month.
Yeah.
Last 30 days.
I seen the post. Yeah, I clicked the read.
That lets you know what's going on. So
I mean, it's horrific.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
Yeah. So it's not like it's getting better ever. It never gets better. It's the mission at a time. I think, truthfully, if we focused on one mission at a time, we can eradicate it, remove it. If we focused just on that, not that, and then the killings, and then the rapes. It's just, let's focus on this all right now. All our effort gonna go right here. We can solve it, but that's not the mission though. So
yeah, is that really the backbone of it? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then on top of
mission though.
On top of that being said, with that, everybody know about the war on drugs. Or
right. Yeah.
In our culture, it's always the 80s crack baby, the 80s epidemic.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a meth epidemic, and it's not. It's miles apart and miles differential from what that crack epidemic did. This out here, it's doing things to people.
Up though, bro. Like,
it's horrible.
It's a thing though. If it ain't happening to your family, you ain't gonna pay attention or something. You know, if you don't know nobody, you're not gonna be like checking for that.
Yeah.
But it's bound to happen because there's no exception. You can be rich, you can be poor. you can break out into something. It's just how your mindset is. Whatever you've been through, it all coincides, bro.
Right. With that, we've also spoken over the whole interview with the addiction. Now I want to focus on back to your addiction.
Yeah.
How did doing drugs change you and the perception you had on life?
Really, bro?
Yeah. You know.
Okay. All right.
Before and after.
So life then.
So I want to talk about life before. You know what I mean?
Well, what caused me to break out into addiction was, my emotions. Like, when someone starts smoking a cigarette, when you start smoking weed, you don't just start smoking, you coping with your anxiety or your depression. You're trying to make it calm down.
I want to pause on this because I really want to say from post-traumatic slavery syndrome, black males are more dominant than ever in having anxiety.
What are you telling?
Because that's all we know.
I got severe anxiety.
Is to run hard. And then it's on top of that, think about all the sports we play. They're high anxiety sports.
You're always ready to go. We're trained to go, specifically because of the trauma that has been it caused from slavery. Yeah. So we train to go.
Yeah.
And that's why we're so able to overcome shit. Like my girl, she can't fathom dealing with nothing I didn't deal with because she's Caucasian and that just ain't the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? They don't deal with nothing. Like if they lose $100, they're shitty. Like they don't deal with like actual fucking problems and some of them do, but they don't. So for us to deal with that shit on a daily basis, it's difficult to even try to have a positive mind frame. So
how was it for you?
For me at that time, not knowing how to deal with that shit, like anxiety, like, bro, when I first picked up my first drug, I actually told myself that I was supposed to be prescribed to it. Like, I told myself that because it made everything go. Like, all the opinions that I felt, all the judgments I felt, it made all that shit irrelevant. Like, I didn't care. Like, bro, that's the mindset it puts you in because it feels great. Like, duh, I understand why there are meth addicts right now. It feels great. It takes it away. So you can't, and that's the thing, you can't really knock the fact that these motherfuckers are using these drugs. It's what can we do about it to stop it, though. And knowing that shit, like, it's just the way it is. And for me, that's what it was like. So that whole 2 years when it went from me snorting them, then within like 4 months to injecting it. And then from injecting it to losing my crib, all the way to living with the plug.
So what was this so we can tell the people to stay clearly aware?
Heroin. It was heroin. It was opiates, opanas. It's all the above. It wasn't no Percocet. That shit is little. That's just minute to a real addict. If you are talking about Percocets to an addict, they're gonna tell you to throw them away. That ain't nothing. Like Xanax, that stuff is like, bro, that don't even. I would take that and not feel it. None of that shit because it's the hardcore drugs that's what's on the front line. And if you are using heroin and shooting up opanas, you're at your last leg, like low key. That's as deep as you can go. You can't go no further. You just die. And for me, I was in that position to die because it caused me to be, like I said, when you poke that, you coping, and then you also break out into suicidal, thoughts, and I wanted to kill myself because I didn't know how to take what was in front of me. That's it. I didn't know how to take what was in front of me. Like I just didn't. Like my lens, I just felt like I was guilty, or I let God down. Like when you feel like you let God down or something down, you really you go into, in that cocoon is like your mind in inside the place you are at actually. So yeah, the last time I used, man, I'll be honest, I had broken into my sister's house, right, and just so I can shoot up, and I knew she was out of town, so I did that, and then my mom called the cops on me. That was the biggest blessing I ever fucking had in my life. I don't to this date. Like, she called the cops on me because she was like, I gotta get my son together. Like, and I didn't know. I'm thinking that the cop just saw me. No, like she called him and told him where I was at. Everything. They pull up. I run. Dogs chase me. I get bit by a dog. The dog right here. And I jumped the fence and I dislocated my left shoulder. So I didn't go to jail at first. I went straight to the hospital with a dog bite, and then they had to put my shoulder back in place, and then I went to the jail. And when I was in the jail, bro, that it hadn't hit me yet. I was like, yo, I gotta get back out, get some drugs, because I'm withdrawing. It didn't hit me yet, but it hit me when I got to the joint. When I walked in the RDC, and I looked up, and I was like, how did I get in here? Like, because, before I got into drugs, I went to IU, bro. Like, I was there. I went to Ivy Tech here, and I went to IU. And, I was in school. Like, I had never dealt with it. It was like I said, there's no exception. It don't fucking matter. If it gets you, you got you,
Yeah, drugs don't
it just got you, bro.
Yeah.
And you going to wherever it's going to take you on the low. You just going to go to where it's taking you. And you are not driving the car. Like, at all.
So how was it now? After?
Yeah, after it. Knowing that I've lived that lifestyle.
Yeah, that was the road you was on.
It's a training ground. It's my support system. It's like it properly navigates my ass every move I make.
Now, did you put it in the rear view or did you change roads completely?
Everything drastically changed. Like,
yeah.
I never even had this form of speech before I changed. Like, I didn't talk like this. I didn't even talk. I didn't think like this. The way I think now is so completely different from how I fucking was. Like, and it amazes me because that can be done.
It's more complex.
Like, yeah, you're like, I tell people all the time, like, you can, bro. Like, you can not think like you thinking right now. Like, for real. And another thing is, I don't want to say that you can change the way you think, because you can't. Like, bro, you're going to think the way you think for the rest of your life. I'm going to think the way I think for the rest of my life. You are too. He is too. But what I'm saying is, you can change how you respond to your thinking. Yeah. And that's the thing. People are trying to change how they think. You can't. You can change how you respond to it, though, which is, okay, if I'm thinking about how my bitch cheated on me, if I'm trying to picture the other guy's penis in her, just to say, that will cause me to go into a spiral.
Yeah. But
now I catch it. And it's like, oh, it's all good. It's that simple. It's like, don't go down to that spiral, though. Yeah. That's the thought process. You want to change how you are letting that spiral happen. You want to say, oh, man, why am I thinking about this? Yeah, she did cheat on me. Great.
So with just off that,
just random shit like that.
Bubble right there,
yeah.
Would you be down to do any possibly things like, we know you already work out here and stuff like that, and do constant things. You've won awards, you do constant things. Would you be open to do things in the black community like that? Maybe, once a quarter,
I am
once
already.
a month. Yeah, where you doing those things
so
at?
I just started, I don't know how I even got connected to these people, man. Oh, yeah. You remember I told you the black female therapist?
Yep.
They were like, hey, man, somebody needs someone like you. And I was like, man, I already know what that be meaning. They be like, a black person that been through all that. I hate that, though. Because I don't want that to be the reason.
It's a stereotypical ground, but it's also a step.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But
you got to use it like that.
Yeah, it led me to the community, to the African American community that I never had been able to be a part of because of, there aren't anything. There's nothing black here as far as addiction and mental health. There's nothing black here, like at all. So knowing that I could go to try to create something was different. So what I've been doing lately is they got me. You guys know, like the Snooty Towers and the towers. What are the towers down here?
Kennedy Towers.
So I go to the Kennedy Tower, the Snooty Tower, and the other one, right? And that's how we used to be. Like fuck it, like that. And to see that now you ain't gotta be like that. That allows me to be like, look, these are the steps we're gonna take. And honestly, they are so ready for it. But I also know that when they go home, it's different, you know. But when they there with me, it's like they know they're getting some tools and they applying them. And like some of them will come in and be like, yo, I did this last night and this happened. It's like that, you know. It just
even as an older man, when you go out or whatever age you may be.
And I always try to be like this.
Yeah.
I always try to like be me. Like that's one thing I picked up quick because a lot of times you forget where the fuck you came from when you start getting, you know, acknowledged and shit like that. Like that's how people that I know are right now. Like African American people I know that, you know, they really aren't like the way they are, but they feel like they gotta be like that because of the white man's watching. You don't gotta be like that. Like you don't have to. You can really just be you. Like I'll put in my goals and go to my office. I don't care. I'll tell you why I have them in. It's culture. It's me. And it's not going to affect the services I'm giving you. It's going to enhance them.
Yeah.
Because you're going to feel me more because I'm being me.
Yeah.
That's the goal. It's like people don't be... That's how you got to be.
And that's always been my...
Yeah.
Like we spoke on earlier, like...
It's crazy.
The House Negro in 2020.
Well,
when we light skin, we get different. We get different treatment than our dark skinned friend counterparts.
Right.
And it's not nothing to be like, oh yeah, you playing like, no, this is serious. This is serious.
You know what's crazy, bro? I really ain't never paid attention to that light skinned nigga and like black and darker nigga shit because it really never affected me. But well, I know what you're saying though.
I personally don't care, but it's all my. I'm. Of course,
you like
I'm black. I'm red.
Yeah,
but it's the thing is like, bruh, all my boys.
Yeah. They're not red.
They're not red.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, you know, and we go here and we sit and talk about, you know, we discuss job interviews, things.
Right.
Little sightings and we'd be there doing the same thing.
I see what you mean by that.
Yeah, buddy, I walk right in. He's like, man, I got in there. He told me. I was like, I don't know. And we've worked together, and I've said certain things to our managers and bosses, and they had said the same thing, and you get two different ways it came. That's just something that, you know, I said what I said to you off camera.
Yeah.
I think we really need to touch on that because it's something that's still, just like you said, it's the pin in the balloon, man.
Dude, it's crazy.
We gotta let that go, but we gotta recognize that it's happening before we can learn to let it go.
Or it's gonna pop.
Because it's already here and it's getting out of hand.
It's already here.
It's getting out of hand. Because all this stuff has been passed down generations.
Yeah, because it's like when people hashtag something.
Yeah.
And
that's the kind of thing too.
Yeah.
It's the light skin, dark skin.
Yeah.
And you know, then you actually got to think of it. It ain't nothing like that because I don't want to come off like that.
I think that's funny because I think a lot of dark skinned people are more they're more into. I see more dark skinned people than I see light skin in any type of field. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And they're in it.
My point.
Yeah.
So I see where you're coming from, which is weird because I never even fucking looked at that.
Yeah, because me and my sister talk about it, like I told you, my sister's an intelligent mind.
She about to make it happen.
She busts my head with food every day. So the things she tell me, I have to sit down and resonate.
I'm gonna start observing that. That's weird.
Because it's just something that's just odd.
Damn.
It's just odd.
I never thought about that, dude.
But crazy. Man, I really appreciate you coming to the show.
Bro.
On the Walk with Markie and just giving us everything you gave us. Like I said, award winning. This man has had all his stuff. He went that route and then came back. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's not easy to give up a steal and get the chase down block. You gotta work.
Yeah.
Give this man his due. When you see him, just talk to him like a regular person, man. He'll help you out the 30 seconds, whatever. Reach out to him. He got all his social media, everything in it.
Yeah,
Marcus Howard is his name. Please look at him, help him, talk to him. We're in mental health and addiction. This is his field. Hey, man.
Anything, man.
Appreciate you coming on the show like always, man.
That's a bet, bro.
Stay up, stay solid. Nothing but the best for you.
For sure.